Good evening to all of you. The very issue that is hurting me is coming from the my state, Punjab. Whoever doing it, what are their motives? Everything is clear. But I want to caution my particularly youth, citizens, and whoever they are, or he or she, they must have to be aware that whatever the moment they are encouraging, it is not good. The Khalistani movement, whoever is doing it, that is not right. They are going to make a state again a black spot. These so-called leaders actually uh, does great damage to the state and particularly its youth population. Youth already suffering from a drug addiction, in particularly the state is suffering, and they have unemployment all over India. So there, due to the lack of resources, lack of education, lack of economic strength, there is a fertile ground for violence in the state. And we have witnessed already in 1980s, and from then it was suppressed, whatever the mechanism there after government adopted it. But rascals Pakistani, some so-called stupid people supported their cause. Actually, they diverted their attention. Everybody knows this. But the Khalistani, particularly, whatever they are giving it, is absolutely nonsense and disturbing thing. I want to say that what kind of Khalistani state they want. I want to ask citizen of Punjab, what kind of Khalistani movement is this? Every state in India, according to their setup, their language or their whatever their cultural setup, they have bifurcated, they have made a kind of setup state. Every state has some cultural, associations and the groupings. So they have made a kind of a state, and their supreme governance is the chief minister, and they are governing it. Then why should they want a separate state? And on that demand, they are ruining the future of the youth and the country in a larger extent. They have to make, my advice is to all Khalistani peoples, whoever they are, sympathizer, many are there in the Punjab. They don't even think of, they don't have any mind, rational mind. They don't think what kind of future you are going to bring for the state, for your children. Land would be there. Land doesn't mean that does not going to go anywhere. It is here and it will remain here after 1000 years plus if you go in future. Land doesn't mean, but the kind of political setup that we have make is United India. Every state must have to coordinate and cooperate together to develop a prosperous and happy and safe nation. What kind of mentality is prevailing in some pockets of people? They are diverting, particularly the youth. Rather, they have to find out the solutions they are facing. They are swords using. Swordmen, the carrying swords and arms. Supporters of Khalistan sympathizer Amrit Pal Singh, the chief of the Waris Punjab, the group, on Thursday clashed with the police and forcefully seized the police complex in Punjab, Amritsar district, to demand the release of their activist within 24 hours. They are actually capturing the state authority. They are challenging it. When the state will respond with force, they will cry. Six policemen were injured amid the protest and were admitted to a hospital. The protesters were staging a demonstration in Ajnala town against the arrest of Amrit Pal Singh, Adi Lovepreet Tufan. To diffuse the tension in view of the situation, sensitive Police Commissioner Jaskaran Singh told the media that the reporter protesters have been enough proof that Lovepreet Tufan is innocent. The SIT Special Investigation Team have taken note of it. These peoples will forcefully disperse now. And the law will take its course. He's actually said that. So their aggressiveness, their demand is absolutely bogus, nonsense. A case was registered against Amrit Pal Singh and his supporters for allegedly kidnapping and thrashing a resident of Ropar district. Videos and photos sharing on social media showed crowds of protesters outside the police station while the cops trying to control the crowds. This video is actually have been viral. FIR has been registered and they want to cancel the FIR. They are threatening the government authority. Amrit Pal Singh, who had recently reported issues of threatening Union Home Minister Amit Shah, saying he will meet the same fate as that of former Prime Minister Indira Gandhi. The Waris Punjab is an organization of radical founders founded by the activist Deep Sidhu, who died in a road accident in February last year. Deep Sidhu, who died actually in an accident. Waris Punjab it is kind of group, radical group. And these groups actually the demanding and they are gathering people in different countries and they are maligning the actually what kind of thing they are doing. They are targeting the Hindus' temples thoughtfully to anger the Hindus against them. The temples, they molested in temples, buildings, etc. They demolished some kind of a structure in Australia, Hindu temple, and Canada. They gathered Khalistani movement kind of thing, and UK, the same thing they did there. and they are actually maligning India's state and India's position, and they are directly fighting against the religious ideology, religious affiliation, clashing between the religion. This is a very crucial thing. Ideologically, it is uh, making two religiously kind of different ideology to collide one to another, and they will exploit that opportunity of collapse classes. Actually, they want this, and I'm very afraid that this kind of ideology, when going into the masses of both religious affiliations, then there could be some problem. But hopefully, I'm very optimistic that the state youth and the state population know well what course of action they have to follow. And they must have to uphold the integrity and sovereignty of India. And the state, that central government, union government is not going to tolerate anything when they will suppress these violent uh, peoples. They will cry, hue and cry. Then there would be problem. So I would urge that don't do this. You don't underestimate the strength of the state. Please, you have to concentrate on economic development and prosperity, happiness, and start to live in cohesion, cooperation with many states. Whatever happened in 1947, India was divided and two states were formed. And from that, the geopolitical things changed. You have to understand this. And now we are living in different reality. When the Pakistan would be and Bangladesh should be part of India in future, will become, I don't know. Because integrated India we want. But the present geopolitical situation is that static geo, there is some kind of many states, many political things has changed 47 afterwards. So you have to accept this reality, and accordingly you have to modify this. Countries' boundaries would be drawn in future, I don't know when, but it is now reality, and you have to accept it and cope up the problem and cooperate with the state and come closer. We have a beautiful state. Every state has some kind of, the beauty, kind of language differences, kind of cultural differences. We must have to enjoy and cooperate, and we have to focus on economic and technological development. We need more and more scientists, physicists, engineers from Punjab. Rather, we are listening that we are drug addicted, and universities video leaks is spreading everywhere. What kind of a state we are making? Many youth are unemployed. Youth's mind are being overburdened by this kind of stupid Khalistani type of ideology being put into their, seeding into their minds. That is not going to get any result. I would advise that we must have to concentrate on technological development beyond scientists to become the ISRO chief and become a like Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam kind of thing. We need exemplary peoples from Punjab. And we have the capacity, we are doing it, but some small pockets of people are disturbing actually entire state harmony. And these state um, rascals must be pushed out from the state. Thank you very much.